What if the tool you depend on every day just vanished, like overnight? Overnight. What would you do if you couldn't polish your work anymore to perfection? And the big one, could you just show up raw, flaws, mistakes, and all and still thrive? Let's talk about it. All right, y'all, the unthinkable has happened. CapCut is gone. Well, at least for now. And if you ever relied on this app to edit your videos like I have, you know how this feels like losing a lifeline. But honestly, we're not gonna let this stop us. Today, I'm talking about what happens when the tools we rely on disappear, how I plan to adapt, grow, and maybe even thrive without them. So for the next few minutes, let's get into it. Now, if you've been, I guess, living under a rock or maybe just editing videos with something other than CapCut, here's the deal. ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, also owns CapCut, and they got caught up in this whole political drama that forced them to block their apps in the US. Crazy, right? I mean, and now we're just stuck. So yeah, CapCut users like me are kind of left scrambling, wondering what do we do now? So listen, let me ask you, what's one app or tool you just know you can't live without? Seriously, take 1 second and think about it. Now, what would you do if it suddenly disappeared tomorrow? So full disclosure, I'm not a TikTok user. I'm old, but CapCut, man, that was my go-to. It made editing fast, easy, and clean. And now I'm back to square one, either no recordings or no edits. And honestly, that kind of scares me. But here's the thing. Sometimes life throws you a curveball and you gotta just decide whether you're going to swing or just watch it fly by. I've decided I'm going to swing. So here's the plan. For now, I'm doing raw, unedited videos. No cuts, no transitions, no cool effects. Just me, the camera, and my words. And you've already heard it. I'm stumbling, but I'm moving through. How do you think you'd handle that? Imagine putting out content with no edits, no filters, just you unfiltered. Scary, right? But maybe it's freeing? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that this could actually teach me some valuable lessons. First, it's going to force me to get better at, speaking. No hiding behind edits, no chopping out my ums and redoing a sentence 15 times. If I want to say something meaningful, I've got to nail it the first time. That's going to sharpen my communication skills real quick. Now, second, it's a test of vulnerability. Editing lets you, kind of control the narrative. You decide what people see and what they don't. Without it, you kind of expose your flaws, your pauses, your mistakes, all out there. And maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe it's a reminder to embrace imperfection. What do you think? Would you be more willing to watch someone who's raw and real, or do you prefer polished, perfectly edited content? Be honest. I just want to know. What else this makes me think about? How much we depend on tools to make things easier. And that's cool and all. Tools are great, but what happens when they're gone? Do we give up or do we get creative? What's something in your life that you've relied too much on? A habit, a tool, maybe even a mindset? Drop it in the comments. I think reflecting on something like that can teach us all a little bit. For me, this whole CapCut situation is bigger than video editing. It's about adaptability, resilience. It's about learning to trust that I am enough, unedited, unfiltered, and raw. And maybe that's a lesson we all need because, let's face it, life doesn't come with a backspace button or fancy transitions. Life is messy. Sometimes I say, it's unpolished. And maybe the best thing we can do is lean into that, embrace it, and keep showing up anyway. So how do I think this will play out? Honestly, I'm hopeful. CapCut says they're working to restore service, and I believe it'll be back eventually. But until then, I'm kind of seeing this as an opportunity to get better, an opportunity to get right. Maybe this is the challenge that pushes me to get creative in new ways. Maybe I'll finally learn a different editing tool, or maybe I'll just get better at storytelling so my words hit harder without needing all the extras. Now, let me ask you this. If you could learn one skill to make up for a tool you've lost, what would it be? communication, creativity, patience. I think these moments are where real growth happens. Either way, I'm growing. I'm getting better. And growth, that's never a bad thing. So here's my challenge to you. What's your CapCut moment? What's the thing you rely on that if it disappeared tomorrow, it would force you to level up? Again, let me know in the comments. Let's start a conversation about how we can turn the setbacks into setups for growth. And if you're feeling stuck, remember this. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable. So let's get uncomfortable together. All right, hit that subscribe button. Let's see where this raw, unedited journey takes us. And until next time, stay right, stay resilient, and keep showing up. Flaws and all. Raw, real, unedited. The journey stops here, or the journey starts here. Subscribe for more.